The most incredible and complex system you own. I'm talking about the protective shield you live in every single day. So let me start with a question for you. What do you think is your body's largest, most complex, and, well, most visible organ? It's the one part of you that interacts with the entire world. If you guessed your skin, you are absolutely right. And we're about to go on a journey from the very surface of that skin all the way down to the amazing connective web that holds it all in place. Now, to really understand our skin, we have to start with its basic architecture. You know, it's all built on a foundation of two main layers, and each one has a super important role to play.
So first up, you've got the epidermis on the outside. Think of that as our waterproof first line of defense against, well, everything. Then, right beneath that, you have the dermis. It's a much thicker layer, and it provides all the strength and support. Now, this two-layer system might seem simple, but trust me, the real magic is in the details.
Have you ever wondered where your skin color actually comes from? Well, deep down in that epidermis, there are these specialized cells called melanocytes. These tiny little factories are constantly producing melanin, which is the pigment that not only gives you your unique skin tone, but also helps protect your cells from the sun's UV radiation. Pretty cool, right? But your skin is so much more than just a two-layer covering. It actually comes equipped with its own set of built-in tools, and each one performs a very specific, very important function.
You can really think of them as your skin's little gadgets. We're talking about glands, hair, nails, and even tiny little muscles attached to every single hair follicle. And each one has a crucial job to do.
We're going to kick things off by taking a closer look at those glands. I mean, these are microscopic factories working around the clock to regulate our temperature, communicate, and keep our skin protected.
Okay, so there are three main types of glands we need to know about. You've got your sweat glands, which are pretty much everywhere and help cool us down. Then there are the apocrine glands. These are a bit different. You find them in places like your armpits, and they're linked to emotional responses. You know, that's stress sweat, that's them. They're even activated by a different nerve pathway. And finally, the sebaceous glands, which are attached to hair follicles and produce our skin's natural moisturizer, an oil called sebum. Okay, on to another one of those skin gadgets. Here's a question I think we can all relate to. What is actually happening when you get goosebumps?
It's actually a fascinating little chain reaction. So first, some kind of stimulus, like cold or even fear, kicks your sympathetic nerves into gear. This triggers the main event. A tiny muscle called the erector pili, which is attached to your hair follicle, contracts. And what's the result? Well, it pulls on the follicle, which makes the hair stand on end and creates that familiar dimpling of the skin we call gooseflesh. It's a direct muscular reaction.
And that hair that's standing on end? It's way more complex than you might think. It's built from a really hard type of protein called keratin, which, by the way, is the exact same stuff your fingernails are made of.
If you were to look at a cross-section of a single strand of hair, you'd see three different layers. The best analogy is a pencil. The outer cuticle is like the paint, a tough protective shield. The inner medulla is like the lead core. But the cortex? That's like the wood. It's the main bulk of the hair, and this is key. It's where the pigment that gives your hair its color is stored.
So, we've covered the skin and all its cool accessories, but our tour is not over yet. We need to go one level deeper, to this often overlooked support system that connects everything together. Let's talk about fascia.
So what is fascia? Think of it like your body's internal shrink wrap. It's this incredible web of connective tissue that anchors your skin to the muscles and bones below and literally wraps around your entire body, holding everything together.
And it comes in two main flavors. The superficial fascia is looser, it contains fat, and it acts kind of like the glue that attaches your skin to whatever is underneath. But then you have the deep fascia, which is much denser and tougher. It's that silvery stuff that wraps around individual muscles, giving them support and allowing them to slide right past each other.
So let's pull back and just look at the big picture for a second. We've journeyed from the outermost layer of the epidermis all the way down to the deep fascia. So what does this all tell us?
Well, it tells us that what we see as just a simple covering is actually a remarkable dynamic ecosystem. I mean, from the little pigment factories in the epidermis to the glands that cool us down and the fibrous web holding it all in place, every single component is connected and working together.
And that really makes you think. If the one organ system we can actually see every single day holds this much complexity, just imagine, what other incredible stories is your body waiting to tell? Thanks for joining.